What it do, people? Yeah, we live. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, we go. Ooh la la, they like, ooh la la, we go. Ooh la la, okay, ooh la la, she like, ooh la la, Wednesday. Ooh la la, like, ooh la la.
Looking for M's like a
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. ViBeZzz. ViBeZzz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it happened to be your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, interviews sometime, entertainment, ViBeZzz 101, and motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you usher to the left and Diddy and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, you know how I do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game. Clearly we in the end game because Ramadan is flying by crazy fast. We in the end game because of that. Hold on 1 second. Let me just check this sound. Gotta make sure I'm Gucci. Gotta make sure I'm Gucci with the sounds. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Well, you see the thumbnail. You see the title. Happy hump day. You know what I mean? Wednesday, midday of the week. Everybody's excited, feeling good, feeling energetic. Energy is on 1,000. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the baby off rep. Let's talk about the baby. Then we get into some hump day shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. There. Yeah, the energy is always up. Told y'all, always gonna bring that feeling, even on the trying days. And today was a trying day between traffic court and Papa G having a little emergency, had to go to the hospital and all that. And, you know, we want you to have a quick recovery on Papa G. You know what I mean? We want you to get out and be back to 100%. All praises. You know what I mean? Shout outs to everybody that's celebrating and fasting during the month of Ramadan. Tonight is the 27th night. So I'm going to talk with y'all for a little hot minute. And then I'm back at the, you know what I mean? Back at it, trying to get those blessings. You know what I mean? Inshallah. But the baby is in the news, and he in the news for a few things actually. You know what I mean? The first was he popped off again. You know what I mean? Everybody's excited and hoopla, and you know what I mean? Kind of like overzealous. Oh no, that's not overzealous, but just like really caught up in the hype, I'm gonna say, because he popped the intruder. You know what I mean? And then this is not one, not like two. And he also popped off on his former artist, and for whatever reason, you know what I mean? And then Rolling Stones decided to go digging in the crates like DIC and them from the BX stand up. They said, we're going to go dig in the crates and we're going to go play the videotape and we're going to see what the footage is talking about. And then that's what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. The baby. Fresh out of Ohio, Cleveland rocks, and Cleveland. This is for you. Like anything's possible, even though the anything possible, that was Kevin Garnett. This is for you. That was LeBron James, like LeBron James. And then he moved to, you know, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, etc. And then that's where he caught the case at. That's now spinning back up in the clip. And he was acquitted or, you know, found not guilty or whatever it was, obviously for self-defense. And a lot of people was asking now because of the incident that happened at his crib. Niggas try to break in like, yo, you got a red dot on your head. Like, oh shit, you got a red dot on your head. Like, pop, pop, like the Biggie, you know what I mean? Like the warning skit at the end. And like, oh shit, we both got red dots on our head. And he popped them. I don't think the dude died. Called the police, called 911, like, yo, you know what I mean? I just had to pop somebody, jumped over the fence or whatever the case. And, you know, it's self-defense for the first one, right? Allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of. And then this one, somebody is jumping on your property. So in my opinion, you know, my belief is you have all right to defend where you live and protect your loved ones and everything that's considered on your property. This is what I got a problem with, though. We're going to talk about the video in a second. Because they kind of saying, maybe kind of sort of, that the video don't look like self-defense. And, you know, I didn't know what had happened, just like a lot of y'all. We was in the dark and just knowing what they told us. And obviously he beat it, so it was like, all right, one for the team. He beat it. Then when you see the footage, it looked a little different. Some people beg to differ. But this is what I really want to talk about when it comes to the baby. You know, he got the masterpiece, got a couple of songs we like. Obviously came into the spotlight first for me is when he was somewhere, wherever he was at, doing promotion in the diaper, you know what I mean? Really playing the baby role. And, you know, for me, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I get it. Heard him talking on one of the interviews that nobody made him do it. It wasn't the label's marketing scheme. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas too worried about their marketing and promotion, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, he said it was his idea. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I get it, though. You know what I mean? It's like, you're the baby and you want to be the baby. So you're walking around with a pacifier and, you know, your shirt off and you got a big diaper on. Though it's kind of corny. But for whatever reason, it kind of propelled him. And that's how I initially became aware of him. Then I know somebody that had people in his camp or initially when this whole thing took place. And they was like, nah, you never heard of the baby? Or, ooh, he popped the nigga, you know, he killed the nigga. That's how they was expressing it to me. But it was like he got off because it was self-defense and And I just took it for what it's worth. But this is why I said what I want to talk about. I seen the clip. I don't know if it was on his Instagram. I don't know if it was on Twitter or wherever I seen it at. But I seen it after the incident where he popped the dude coming in his house, or trying to get in his house. He like, one, two, like, kind of like bragging that he let off shots. And, you know, that's cool. You know what I mean? And the thing is, we got to be careful, I would say, when I say we. I mean, I don't put none of these people on the pedestal and worship them and bow down to them or look to them for guidance. None of that. It's just pure entertainment for me. And if I rock with your music, then I rock with your music. Then I'm, you know, put it on the iPod or whatever. It's going to spin on title, and that's it. Like, pretty much. You know what I mean? Outside of that, I'm not looking for your advice. I'm not really looking to you in that sense. You know what I mean? I got people for that. If I don't, I'll find other people besides entertainers, athletes, celebrities, and shit like that. Because, you know, when they up here, the fall is, you know what I mean, like it's a nosedive, like Starscream getting shot out the sky. So it's a long spiral fall to the bottom. But I say this is where he needs to be careful, because whether this is the elites, and I just did a video on this, go see Mike Tyson and the other video that I did. When you start bragging and boasting and, you know what I mean, worrying about marketing and promotion, and that's a KRS-One line. Shit could come back to bite you in your ass, and then you think you Pharaoh, and then like Loki said, you will never be a god. Like, you know what I mean? You start buying into that Dark Knight and then Joker, thinking you could, you know, beat the world, you know what I mean, and carrying on, and then all of a sudden it's somebody that's bigger, that's stronger, that's badder, and got the same attitude you got. And it's like, yeah, you want to do something? I'll bash your face in. Like, you know what I mean? They really with the shits, like you claim to be. And so I say you want to be real careful about that, because it's distasteful to say the least. Even though it was in self-defense, still took a life. And by the way, but you black. You just killed another black nigga, you know what I mean? And although the other black nigga, I'm assuming he was black, tried to jump over your property, that's totally right. But now let's get to the video, because the video that what's going on? The video that I seen, what's going on here? One second, people. Here we go. 1 second. The video that I seen, and like a lot of y'all probably seen, you know, you see the You see what is it, Henry Douglas? I think that was the kid he was fighting with. See him with his hands in his pocket. You see he looked kind of lighter than him, lighter than the ass. Like if you put some mashed potatoes in his pocket so you don't blow away when the wind blows. Like he looked light in the ass. You know what I mean? And obviously the baby got a little size. He's short though. Got a little stocky. I mean, one of them little stocky niggas probably with a short complex. And I'm just assuming and guessing. I don't really know because I don't know him. You see him rush him. Then they fighting, you know, trying to get the best of him. And for the most part, you know, the Henry Douglas dude was holding it down. And obviously they go behind the owl where you can't see. And then when they show it again, you know, you see it look like the gun fell. He picked it up and popped them and then, you know, walk off towards the shopping cart. And then obviously the dude, forget Jalen something, you know what I mean, died. And they were saying he was reaching for a gun, maybe, kind of, sort of. My thing is that why this footage didn't come out when the trial was going on? Like, you couldn't get the footage? I'm sure somebody... It just seems odd that the footage is coming out 4 years, almost 5 years later, that it's coming out now. So it's like, why are they doing this? Why is it coming out now? Oh, is you getting too big for your britches and they want to knock you down? And then I'll say this, too, again, with the attitude and how you view it. Because even though if it was self-defense, like, oh, nigga was pulling out, so it's my life and his life, I totally get that. And I know what that's like, you know what I mean? And I also know what it's like for people to kill, unfortunately, not out of self-defense, just because that's what it's hitting for. They still don't have that arrogance, some of them. They feel remorse. They feel like, damn, even though I was in the streets and, you know what I mean, it was even me and him, they not like going to sleep, you know what I mean, like feeling good about that you took another life, you know what I mean, especially, oh, but you black. And niggas be having the most smoke and all that, and I'm not wearing the free smoke hat tonight. We got the most smoke for each other, the black and brown, and you know what I mean, the light-skinned, waffle-colored niggas like me. Shout out to all the light-skinned niggas, you know what I mean? We got the most smoke and aggression and ready to pop at a drop of a dime, like 0 to 100 real quick. And again, self-defense, he beat the case. But it's definitely in bad taste to the family, even though it was probably going to be your life, or who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe if you went to rush the nigga to fight, we don't know what was said. And then again, like I said, when this case happened, really didn't know who this nigga was. So I wasn't following it. I wasn't in the know. You know what I mean? Years later, now he's obviously a big rap star now. He's a big star. He one of the top dogs in the game, I would say. And a lot of the young niggas like him. You know what I mean? And he young. You know what I mean? 91, I believe. Yeah, born 1991. So what is he, 32, 31, maybe 30, going on 31? I think his birthday is December. Yeah, December. December baby. You know what I mean? Like my mom's. And so just the attitude and the arrogance, and you online like not 1, 2, like you bragging about popping 2 niggas, and it's really self-defense. It's not like you did what the people I'm talking about went and go did when it's beef or when it's we taking over shit, and this is how we do it. We pop the tough niggas and everybody else leave. It wasn't like that. And it's almost like you didn't do it by accident, but you braggadocious and you bragging about it. And again, for people that really do's this, which is still not good. So I'm not saying that. They don't even have that. It's like, damn, I took a life. And then hereafter, you live by the, the gun, you die by the gun. I hope I'm forgiven for this. Like, damn, I wish I probably could have worked it out and did little things different. They just don't have that attitude like, yeah, you know what I mean? And then the next one up, you might be number 3. Some dudes got that fake persona, etc. Mostly it's for the black niggas. It's not for the other. But I think that's a bad mindset to have. You know what I mean? And again, just like OJ, when you got off and if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. You get off and you start feeling yourself. Then all of a sudden, people in high places that move things around in the back office while you drinking your Hennessy and you smoking your hookah and you writing songs in the studio all night, they doing other stuff. Like Nas said, niggas play with PlayStations. They building space stations on Mars, plotting civilizations, dissing us, discriminating. Like, want to talk to the mayor on that I Am album, one of his best albums to me. In the back office, Bill Gates buying up the farmlands and other stuff that be going on. And that's why they try to dupe us with the sucker bullshit. But I think you need to be very, very careful about, his stance. I don't think they could try him again if that's what they're trying to do, because it'd be like a double jeopardy or, something to that effect. Obviously, North Carolina laws is different from other states, etc. You allowed to carry. Obviously, both of them is brandishing, and he beat the case again. But you know, when you start bragging about how many people you popped and you popping off and it's looking like you know, you some violent extra super thug, like what? When you taking the Nori and the Tupac spitting in people after he popped those undercover cops and everything was fuck the world and it was woo woo woo. You see how it ended for him. Like, yeah, you may go out a legend or, you know what I mean, or you may live long enough to be the villain and they take you up on out of here. And then you know what I'm gonna say next. Right. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, your video out of here, your Range Rover, Mercedes Benz, and all that shit out of here, homie. That shit ain't gonna mean nothing when you locked up behind bars. You know what I mean? So I think you need to be real careful. And then the thing is too, you know, I never understood it. Tough guys want to fight all the time. I ain't really see him get at nobody that was probably a match for him. Like I said, this little skinny nigga, he ain't look like he was a match. The other dude inside the, what was it, the Gucci store, the Louis store, Gucci Poochie, where he knocked him out and the homie was like, they jumped me. Then I heard something on the back office like, no nigga paid him. And it was like a ploy, you know, publicity is good, even if it's bad publicity. So you don't know what's real, you don't know what smoke screens and the snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. Like, how you gonna see when you living in the fog? Like, you don't know what's real. You see, like, probably just say you had your man shoot you in your leg and all this shit just to say you got shot and you live. Make no mistake about it. I'm not saying he's doing these things, but it's not gonna shock and amaze me. Like when you put the beat on, rest in peace, Bismarck, that people do shit like this to keep their celebrity. Because like once you get up, you don't want to let that spotlight go. That's why people set themselves on fire. That's why people sell hamburgers and do podcasts on the side of the bridge. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And people do the most and they become the hostess of the mostest. Just to, you know what I mean, keep the attention and keep that fame. And again, multi-platinum, to my knowledge, always got the ice. He obviously was in the news. And this is the first time that I did a little, you know, video on him. And the other video I did when he gave the little kids $20 and they was trying to sell him some juju snacks or whatever and was trying to charge him $200 and he was like, I would have just gave you the money. And in that instance, I'm like, nah, he taught them a valuable lesson. Just because you see him with the money and, you know, you don't try to get over on people, like especially as a man, because you got to get it out the mud and nobody going to give you nothing. You can't shake your ass and watch yourself and somebody come buy you drinks and let you in VIP. You either buying bottles or you on that line. That's just what it is. Or you know somebody that knows somebody and then, you know, you got a couple of influential people that help you, you know, jump on the pieces on the board. You know what I mean? Ultimately. But that's enough with the baby. I just think you need to be careful because, again, I know people that really popped people. You know what I mean? And it wasn't self-defense. It was just, that's what it was. They still ain't walking around with that attitude like, yeah, killed these niggas, killing niggas. That's very dangerous because he won't be saying that when he on that Yakisobe line, that chili con. And I'm not wishing that on. I'm still another young brother, rapper, obviously just going through a lot and dealing with fame when you never had fame and you started from the bottom. Now you're here. You know, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to make mistakes in the public eye. And then you got people like me on Populous TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for the people that's watching, share the video. You know what I mean? And hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted. Yeah, you're going to have people like me come critique and have opinions and shit, but I think what I'm saying is valid. He needs to watch what he's saying. Watch what you're putting out there because the universe has a way of coming back around, like, you know what I mean, and humbling you real quick. You'd be like, damn, it was all good just a week ago. Now you down here. Well, let's get to this other shit. You know what I mean? And speaking of platforms and all that, you know, y'all know I be what? Running through these YouTube streets, sliding across these social media platforms, and they should have never let me in the game. And I say that plainly, but I'm not. I'm still looking for like, I'm here now. And, you know, obviously, as your platform get bigger, and I hope mine is the biggest, you know what I mean? You got people like the Hassans and, you know, all the people that's the trending now. And one of the channels that I like, and it's obviously for entertainment, and I think he adds value is, and I quote him a lot, when I be like, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm talking about O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again, like with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I think his channel was hilarious, and obviously he's very successful that he got multiple channels because it is a business, and that's your business, son. But anyway, it's HumPdaY, you know what I mean? Like HumPdaY, booties clapping and booty clapping sounds. And you know, I love the booty, and if you got a nice ass, I got to look. I'm sorry. Kanye line. So he did a recent a recent video on a lady from TikTok, and he dubbed the title MILF. I think, was it Sexy MILF? It was just a MILF in the title, definitely, because she was a little older. You know what I mean? And he was like, she had sex with her son's friend. And so she's a TikToker. I think she got like 200-some thousand followers. So she got a lot of following. You know what I mean? And TikTok is the gift that keeps giving. I haven't jumped on that platform yet, but when the month of Ramadan is over, I will be sliding on over there as well. And you know what I mean, they should have never. So anyway, she did a video talking about she a woman of her word, and she was like, ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like one of her friends, I guess he was 16 or 17, don't quote me, in that age range, young, not old enough. Even though sometimes at that age, we know boys and girls sometimes be out there doing the mostest. And I know full well, like Scorpios, we the best. Talking about, you look good now, but come back when you're 25. That's what she used. She could have said 21, 22, 23, but she said 25. Come back, and I'm going to give you some of this birthday cake. So he did a video on it, you know what I mean? And I guess it got back to her. And all of a sudden now, like, she did a reaction to his video, calling him out his name, calling him a lot of stuff, and saying, she getting a lot of backlash behind her because people was like, damn, if it was a dude saying that to a 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl, like, yeah, when you get 21 and you get old enough to drink and vote, come back because I got some BBD, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm going to give you. Like, BBD, you know what I mean? Not Belle Biv DeVoe. You know what I'm talking about. People would have been outraged. It would have been, and it's one of those double standards where some things is in the men's favor, some things is not. Some things is in the woman's favor, some things is not. Neither of the genders make the rules. It just is what it is. And you could not play the game, or you can just say, I don't like that shit. But it is what it is, not going to change. But if it was a guy that came out, some R. Kelly shit, that's some all these old, dirty old men always looking at these young girls and wanting these young girls. But yet, when I was watching the video, I said, damn, I have some experience in this, and this, I can speak to this, and that's you. Like on Coach Greg Adams, and that's you. And no, that was me. And I said, damn, I remember being 14, 16, and some of my moms were like, yeah, Anthony, my nickname, or Tony. There was no other way. Yeah, my nickname Anthony, so for sure it's Tony, like Tony Starks. And a lot of y'all is Trashington. You like the cup. You know what I mean? Sprinkle some moist dessert on it. I had some of these instances where some of my mom friends or older women in the neighborhood like, babysit you when you cute and you're going to be a girl killer. All this little shit that they say to you when you're young, and you young, so you're just soaking up the compliment because girls your age, they ain't really checking, but you know what I mean, at least not the kid, back then. So you take that in for whatever it's worth. And then even sometimes it went a little past that, and I'll leave it at that. So she's mad, you know what I mean? Like, she's mad. And like I said, calling them this, calling them that. But this is the kicker, though. Because she getting all this backlash, and you decided to put it up on your channel, and everybody got platforms, and everything is not for YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's not all for sale, but for some reason, we seem that every little single thing we got to show the world. So this is what she said. Like when Mano, after he came out, like, I want to be whipped like a slave, and I want to be called nigga, and I want to fuck a white girl and be on some master slave shit. What did he say in the call with Jim Jones? Which y'all motherfuckers can't take a joke. It was just a jokey joke. Like, y'all niggas fell for the okey doke. Y'all fall for anything. And this cat, it's really cat because they're lying, and she was lying. She like, it was a joke. I'm a comedian. I wasn't really, that story is not true. I forget the name of the child. She said, she was like, that name is not even real, and the story is not true. And I said, damn, I'll be damned. Now when you're getting all this backlash for the shit you put up, you thought, like, what you thought people was going to cheer you on, and women was going to be like, yeah, girl, we grooming them too over here. What makes you think that shit was cool? Then when somebody with a platform as big as his decides to do a story about you, now you're extra famous, to add on to your 200-some thousand followers, you get a lot of backlash. I'm going to get his channel taken down, and you mad because he making a couple dollars, and it's like, damn, did somebody hold a gun in your head and make up this fake story about you seeing your little son friend looking good and all that, telling him when he get older? And then she like, yo, when he came 21, when he came 25, she seen him the day before that. She like, this is how things happen. She seen him the day before her probably was hitting it way before that. Haha, thank you, man. You know what I mean? Like, probably seen him way before that. He like, yo, my birthday tomorrow. I'm gonna be 25 tomorrow. You still looking like, know what I mean, Stifler's mom. From American Pie, like, know what I mean? Yeah, you looking like Stifler's mom, and you looking like you could get it now that I'm 25. Probably could have did it when I was 18, 19. It shows you what that young boy life is like. But you was playing games, so you said come back at 25. So she like, you know me, I'm a woman of my word. And so, yeah, you gave him the Bunningtons, like sprinkle the Bunningtons all over him. Like, you know what I mean? You got a problem with the bends. That means you like to bend over, and then you spread the skins. Like, but she mad. Is she big mad? Like Tom Brady? Richard Sherman, you big mad, bro? Then why are you putting this on the internet for us to dissect it and make videos about you? That shit was not cool. And even if it was, if it's how we know you a comedian. I never heard of you, don't know who you are. If that was my first time seeing the video, which it was, I'm like, damn, that's kind of bold for her to be putting that out there like that. Like, yo, come on back when you're 25. You know, she wearing the salacious shit, titties all big and hanging, and this hump day. You know what I mean? And this is what you're doing. In your videos, you know, it's all for sale. So I wouldn't have known that you was a comedian because I didn't hear you make no jokes. None of that shit was funny. I'm like, oh shit, this story is crazy, shit crazy. Women go on TikTok and they do the most. Like, that's the place for women doing the mostest. Not saying men though, but for the most part, from the clips that I be seeing, it be women doing them. It be doing shit like this, and it's like, damn. And that's you. So I just thought that was funny because, you know, when you got a platform like his, and I don't know anybody else did the story, I'm doing it because it's hump day, and it's like, damn, if you reverse it like a circle, like, don't be whipped by that, but whip that, look like boomerang, reverse it like a circle. If it was a man, he would be canceled, his channel would be probably taken down, and people would probably be like, how many other young girls that you do this to? Because that's not cool. And then, like I said, I remember my childhood, being 15, 16, and you know, women in their 30s, 32, 33, 35, talking about you handsome, and you're gonna be killing them when you get older. Like, if y'all was a little younger, or if you was a little older, yeah, what are you insinuating? That you gonna give me some buns? You know what I mean? Because if that's what you're saying, then let's not it. So I just thought that was a little crazy. And the thing is, you know, once you put it out there, like Coach Herm Edwards, don't press send. That's why I watch what I sound. Even though it's going to be authentic, you know what I mean? Original content, and this is me every day, all day. I'm not going to put no bubblegum floopity shit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say stuff just to get views. Like, look at me and making up stories. And if you are going to do that, you have to let the viewers know that off the rip. Like, yo, this is a story. I'm a comedian. That story was wild crazy. But let's talk about this other shit. You know what I mean? Being high as hump day. That was just one story. Kendra G, YouTuber, Instagrammer, female, you know what I mean? Out of Chicago or on the radio show in Chicago. And, you know, she's another person that I ran across when I was first running through these YouTube streets, run across these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never. And in the beginning, I found her because she was like one of the people going against Kevin Samuels, a.k.a. who dubbed himself the Godfather. Y'all know who he is now. If you don't, then obviously you out the loop. The average at best, a lot of women was mad. And she had called up, did a show with him. They was on Instagram together. And I guess she was triggered because she kind of fit some of the stuff he was saying. I think she like 41, 42. Still look good, I might add. Single, had a chance to be married. I guess allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. Her boyfriend then cheated on her with a stripper. And, you know, I'm in love with a stripper. And so now she got a talk show, or she's the hostess of the mostest on Facebook and on Instagram. And she kind of does what he does now. And she came out fed up, like, listen, some of you women is the worst. And y'all fucking tear each other down more than anything. And while I'm watching the video, I said, damn, I just did a video about that. On how sisters, women, no matter what race, seem like, but definitely, but you black, you know what I mean? In Latino community, the minority communities, they do each other dirty. They do each other dirty because they know the spots to hit. They know where the insecurities at. They want to judge you on everything, on your makeup, on your weave. You got bum-ass weave. Your feet hurt. Your feet is crunchy. Your man is community dick. Your bag is fake. Your car's a hoopty. You work at a dead-end job. Like, you dumb. Like, you had, you know what I mean? Like, they go in. And this is proof. This is coming from a woman. And I didn't need her to tell me that. because I've witnessed it firsthand. You see it in the comments. And this is what she was saying, like, yo, tired of y'all unruly, ratchet, you know what I mean? Never gonna be saved, and don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Like, she like, I'm just done. You coming for my head, and if you don't like how I'm speaking to some of you, then just don't watch the show. And I said, damn, that's what Kevin Samuels said. Like, I'm not gonna water this shit down for you. Some of y'all need to hear the unwatered down truth. I'm not gonna put sugar on shit. I could make it taste a little better, but it's still gonna be shit with a little bit of sugar on it. Sprinkle some moist dessert. And so I just found that odd and said, damn, a whole year later, like, it's funny what 7 days can change. You was a stand-up nigga, now you sit down and aim. And that's you. Last year, you had a different tune. You was mad at the so-called manosphere, and some of the rhetoric that they spit out, some of it is bullshit, just to be a buck. And I'm not part of the manosphere, the red pill, blue pill, none of that shit. I'm just me. Some stuff I'm going to agree with, and some stuff I'm going to be like, oh, nah, that don't sound right. It don't sound right to me. And it's not going to work in my day-to-day activities in life. So I have to reject it. But like with anything, you take the good and you leave the bad. But I said, damn, after a year her running through these YouTube streets, these Facebook platforms, she finally recognizing that bitches ain't shit. And I hate to say it, like my ears. But she's saying that, you know how many women she talked to? Way more than me. And I already peeped game from afar. Like, I already knew what it was. I can only imagine. Just like Kevin saying, people be mad all they want at him. But the reality is, he talking to probably more women than a lot of us. Men and women. Every day, because that's his show. That's his bread and butter. This is her show. This is her bread and butter. Every night, we only see the stuff that they putting up. You know how many people in the back office is probably calling Kendra G and telling her, like, I want this type of man. I don't got to be licensed. Got to have a six-pack. Got to have a Benz. Got to have this. And I know she hear it all over, every day. And then the thing is, what she was saying in the comments, y'all be just going ham on the other women. I said, damn, why do y'all do that? Why do y'all do that? And then let's speak about this. But that's all I want to say about Kendra G. Let's speak about Megan Thee Stallion in this sense. Not that she lying or not. Because I do think she lying. I think one of them is lying. Tory lying, she lying, or her friend is lying. But let's talk about the friend. And let's tie it in to women doing the mostest to the other women. When this shit first popped off, right, with who shot who and who shot you, separate the weak from the obsolete, hard to create, it's on, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I could see sweat trickling down. Yeah. She was like, yo, you was my bestie. Yet you was on a nigga I was already on. Now, whether it was Tory or whether it was somebody else, why are you doing this, Megan? You Megan Thee Stallion, right? You named yourself after a male horse, like you are that bitch. According to you, why are you trying to get some of her dick? I just don't understand it. And it's like, was it Tory? Was it somebody else? How many times did this happen? And we hear this a lot. Now, full disclosure, because over here we full transparency. I can see you if you not hiding right. And you can see me because my shit is open. Come on in, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. I said, damn, I know niggas that fuck niggas' wives, fuck niggas' baby moms, like low down, grimy, scum of the earth is what I dealt in. They in the category of scum of the earth. Some of them I know, see them in the hood all the time. But it's less of them, in my opinion. I don't know everybody's business. I'm just going off my own experiences and what I see, people I be around, people I know, maybe associates. It's only a few people that do it because you're going to get killed doing that. You know what I mean? And obviously we know women gonna get their lights put out too for getting caught with somebody's husband or cheating with somebody's man. But it's the women that do that shit the most. And they be telling you like, your nigga ain't shit and this ain't this and this ain't this. Only to jump in the DM after you leave them like, oh, you was the foolio. El stupido. Like, you left your man only for her to try to get with the nigga. Or how many stories we see with women doing that. And this is what, I don't know what her name, Kelsey, I want to say her name is. This is what she was saying in the beginning. Before the Gayle King interviews and before she was spinning the clip differently. This is what she came out on Instagram and was saying like, yo, you was my peoples. You was my bestie. Yet you trying to, you know what I mean? You was with a nigga I already was on. So who are you talking about? Even if it's not Tory, somebody else. And you supposed to be the rapper and the famous one? Why you chasing after other women men? I don't understand that. But this happens often and a lot more than people think it happens. And then you think of Kelly Price. She lied. She cheated. took my man. Like, you took my man. You used what you knew and left me confused. And I'm sitting there saying, damn, why was I running my mouth telling them, telling you all this business? Then you think you're easy E? Like, yeah, I gave you the good D. Fucking all your friends now because you ain't told all your friends. Like, yeah, you told them all about how I give it up. Scorpios, we the best. And now I'm fucking all your friends. This happens all the time. And it's like, you can't be quiet. You can't be satisfied with what you got. Always looking at somebody else and what they got, comparing yourself, saying, damn, why she got a nigga like him and he don't, He don't deserve, she don't deserve, this bitch is a bum bitch. And again, using what you know, hitting the insecurities and, Niggas do it too, though. But I think women do it more. And it's like, dang, you are the superstar, right? Ain't you the one, Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh, shit. Hands on my knees. Ain't you got the #1 song? Why are you fucking her, man? Again, if it was Tory, you could say you could blame him, but he only gonna do what a nigga gonna do. Like, oh, both of y'all want that? I'm gonna give it to both of y'all. And we gonna be quiet about it until your spot get hot. And now we, like Big said, don't blow up my spot because we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig than in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the, Like, yeah, like niggas gonna do what niggas gonna do, especially if they single. And sometimes even when they not. Even when they married or got a whole situation, they still gonna do what a man gonna do. But it's like, you knew, You, come on now. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj, because this goes in that same vein with women doing the mostest to women. But then they be the first to say, especially, oh, but you black? Like, yeah, black women is unprotected and, and men don't be doing this. Y'all be doing each other the filthiest. The filthiest. Say I'm lying. If I'm lying, then hit me on the bat line or leave it in the comments. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj, because I just did a video about this, but I failed to mention this. So only in this sense. We ain't going to talk about her for days on end. What? Let's talk about this shit right here. I just want to read the tweet to you. Because this is what she said out of her own mouth. After, what's the girl name? Ruby Rose. I did the video. That's who I really did the video on. But it was like Nicki Minaj, knock, knock, calling Nicki Minaj, calling Queen B, currently, are you happy? That was my question, because it's like, if you really, truly are happy, you wouldn't have been mad at that girl comment saying, look like it's working for Nicki, and if it is, then maybe you could be the blueprint instead of being in your feelings. And then now you want to say shit like this. Where's the pictures at? Here you go, right here. It says, many of y'all never experienced a Nicki got her foot on bitch's next era, and it shows with the emoji behind it. So from this day forth, y'all will not get Papa Bear Mama, because y'all don't deserve her. Wink eye, wink, wink. Y'all won't get about to be Preggers Nicki or Preggers Nicki. Y'all gonna get who y'all begged for. And baby, that bitch's next covers the whole spectrum. Niggas too, like, oh, you put niggas on alert, like, who shot you? Like, this is the warning. Like, this is a warning. R. Kelly, this is a warning. And then she put some other tweets too. Let me make sure. One more tweet. Let's just make sure we accurate. It says 2 things to do for the rest of 2020. It was like a survey. Keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. I'm going to show you though. Then it said, would it have bothered you dumb fucking hoes? So this is her word. And that's you. She talking to you. She talking to you, bitches. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Because this is what y'all call each other, right? Queens and all that. No, you bitches. I hate this bum. I'm about to go beat this bitch ass. This bum bitch came in here. Look at her dress. Like, her weave, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? She mentioned something about the weave, too, in one of her songs. You know what I mean? She said, would it have bothered you dumb fucking hoes to simply sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up? But no. Now I got to show y'all, and this is what I want to talk about. That's why I wanted to read the tweets first. Didn't she do an interview with Kevin Samuels too? Talking about, I want all my women to not worry about what a nigga's saying, some bum-ass YouTubers. Talking about the men that had opinions. Get your money, sis, and do this and do that, and my sister's this, and your sister. And this shit is hilarious, because the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. So a woman give you a compliment, you take it as shade. Now, Y'all ain't witnessed the era where I had my feet on these bitches' necks. But we gonna go back to the old Nicki. And then you hear when the Fresh and Fit podcast, they are part of the Manosphere too. It's one of the channels I subscribe to, I watch. I don't agree with everything they say either. Come to find out, one of the dudes on there, he was supposed to be pimping, and pimping ain't easy. Come to find out for some white joint, but he don't really mess with dark women anyway, or black women. Oh, but he's black. He messed with the snow bunnies. And she, doing him dirty. He taking her back. He a sugar daddy in the back line. Like, nigga, you really ain't really what you saying. And if you believe some of these YouTubers and, niggas don't be authentic and all, you know what I mean? Or organic, you know what I mean? They be mixed with some bubblegum shit and they got a lot of preservatives in them. And if you just get duped, you'll believe anything. But anyway, they was going at Nicki because that was kind of like she had mentioned something about them, or maybe it was Kevin. Really just YouTubers, like kind of telling niggas to eat a dick pretty much. And they was like, it's the same woman that say all this, all that. But she known as a bully. She done, you know what I mean? Call allegedly, kind of, sort of. You got to say that. Get niggas off the song. Don't get on songs. Don't sanction shit. Call up the radio. Do the mostest and become the hostess for the mostest to try to stop and block people from doing shit. It's like, damn, where they do that at? You made it up here. You trying to kick niggas off the mountain from trying to come up because you want to stay at the top so bad that you're going to do foul play. So I just think that's very interesting and odd, to say the least. Y'all in one breath talking out the side of your neck, black women this, queens this, boss up this, but then out the other side of your neck, fuck bitches and you dirty bitches and I'm going to show you bitches and you going to bow down bitches and yeah, I'm going to put my foot on you next and I'm going to keep it there because y'all not used to the old Nicki. Like, nobody really cares no more. I mean, not even being funny. Obviously, she accomplished a lot. And if you go see the other video I did, I gave her props. It's only going to be one Nicki Minaj. Maybe he could come, somebody might could get close, but she done trailblaze, even though she copied some shit from some other people, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, she flipped it and bounced it and she came out of her own way. Like Ghost and Ray, like, yeah, flip it and bounce it and get the shine on your own shit before you do. With the Little Kim poster and, we know how. We seen the evolution, you know what I mean? And she is who she is. And credit to her. But that reign is over. It really is. Like, I mean, after, you may hear a song that you like and you rock with it, but it's over. I mean, for me, and you a whole baby mother now. I mean, you a whole married woman with a kid now. You're 40 now, 41 or whatever. They ain't really trying to hear you rap. So to hear you get mad or be like, yeah, talk down to the younger joint, the younger model, trying to get her come up, when she didn't say nothing negative about you, she only was like, yeah, if I get a nigga that got less money than me, I'm going to make it work. Nicki Minaj look happy, and again, are you or you're not? Like, you mad? You waking up mad for what? Fucking millionaire. You married, you got a kid, you got what you want. What the fuck is you mad about? That's what I want to know. And you say, damn, money don't make people happy. Like, yeah, she's never happy. She's never happy. No, no, no. Damn, goddamn, she's never happy. Shout out to my nigga Great Fire. That song is fire. She's never happy. And it's like, this is what I got to deal with? And I just found that odd that, you want to talk down to the younger ones and nobody even said nothing bad about you. But let's get into this last shit. You know what I mean? Let's get into this last quick thing. Let's get into Shaq, the Diesel. Get into Shaquille O'Neal, who I rock with. I fucks with Shaq all day. A great businessman, obviously 5-time champion, you know what I mean? Lakers, Miami, you know what I mean? His legacy is certified and solidified, like, you know what I mean? Certified. But he was on the podcast, and like I said, I be running through these YouTube streets. He was on the podcast, I think it's the Pivot Podcast. I want to say that's the name of it, but I know it's with Ryan Clark, another brother who I rock with, Pittsburgh Steelers, safety champion. And he was on there talking about his stepdad, about his real pops not being around. And I think he didn't know till he was 11 that actually his step pops wasn't his biological pops. And his moms took him, back to, the Jersey where they from, and met his pops, and it was all like, he was like, yeah, it's all business, and I'm good. Like, I'm over here, I got a family, I got my sisters, I got my mom, you know what I mean? Like, woo, ah. And, he like later on after his step pops passed, That's when his mom was like, you need to go see your pops and you need to try to rekindle. So I want to say this, as a person that plays stepdaddy role, yeah, I don't know if that simping ain't easy. I don't consider it that. Papa G, my step pops, who's, you know what I mean, who had an incident today, definitely want you to recover quickly, Papa G. We love you. You know what I mean? I think about him and my other stepdad. I actually had two, for what it's worth. I don't know my biological pops, never met him. See a picture of him, definitely got the good looks and good looking, but I don't know his side. But I'm saying that to say this. I played both sides, I seen both sides, and it's two parents. So your pops for Shaq, you know what I mean? Your mom's played a role too. She chose who she decided to lay down with, have a baby with, and ultimately have you. You don't get his side. You didn't know that your stepdad wasn't your real dad till you was 11. I put up 7, but 11. Who fault is that? Well, mommy got to take some accountability for that. Like, you know what I mean? Not saying she was lying, but I remember when I found out, like, oh, such my pop. I think I was 8 or 9. You know what I mean? And you hear a lot of this in the manosphere and in these spaces on YouTube where men are talking now more, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. I think that part is actually very good, very healthy. You just got to keep it mature. A lot of people still be, you know, it's a lot of trolls, even though they be in these spaces. That's why I said I don't subscribe and say I'm none of that shit. Either agree or disagree, and like I said, I base it off my own experiences, how I see it. I can be subject to change my opinions. I don't know everything. I don't got my PhD. I got my GED up north, and I'm not the smartest. But I can base stuff off my own life experiences and how I see it, what I think is right and what I feel to be right, even though that all the time may not be right in his act. But with that being said, I said, dang, he kind of like taking out all of the aggression and, you know, giving your pops the cold shoulder and the side eye. But you got mommy too. Like mommy, I mean, you don't know his side, and then you don't know what happened. And then again, you think a whole nother man is your pops until you 11. You're like, damn, why they name? I think he said their name was Harris, and his name is obviously Shaquille. And it's like, damn, why they name is this and mine is that? Your mommy like, oh yeah, by the way, that's not your biological dad. Your biological dad is back in Jersey somewhere. And you know, you see Shaq, you know, when he got drafted, and he used to always talk about his pops in a negative way. And good for him that they you know, trying to get their relationship back, or whatever status they at now. When you hear about Kanye, obviously after his mother passed, and 40 years later, 41 years later, you get to hear your father's side. And then I say about when I was locked up, a lot of these guys talking about their baby moms and this and that. It's always going to be two sides. So as the child, you're only gonna know and be influenced by whatever parents you with, and that's got your ear the most, that has the most influence over you. And for whatever reason, if your father's not around, or you happen to be in those rare cases where you with the father and not the mother, you won't really know the full story until you get older, and then you can understand and really say, damn. And then not only that, get older, but also go through some of your own experiences, dealing in relationships, maybe having kids. And then that brings me to what he was saying about his kids. Because this was not only what I was looking at him side eye, like, you ain't gonna give none of you ain't gonna hold your moms accountable at all for none of the part that she played, whether your father was a Pookie and Ray Ray or not. You know what I mean? She chose to still get with him. You know what I mean? And that's you. You can't blame your pops for that. You still need to hear his side. And then again, when you're a child, only thing you know is daddy not around, or you know this person is around. And again, like I said, I had two, and I love and appreciate both of them, because if I didn't have them, who knows? You know what I mean? And you take good, and you take, you know, what's needed, and you leave the rest. But anyway, this is what he said about his daughters, because he got daughters and he got sons too. So they was asking him, like, you know, who you trust the most? And he was like, he trusts his daughters the most, and his daughters is the smartest, and kind of like throwing his sons under the bus. And I'm saying, damn, you a whole Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. Are you 7'1"? They're not taking after your role model. They're not following your example. And then he said this, like, when my sons get 18, them niggas is out of here. Like, do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, your video, all that shit out of here? Y'all got to get out the nest, and you got to go get it out the mud on your own. My daughters, they can stay as long as they want. Finish college and come on back, pay for everything. You know, he's a millionaire, so he can definitely do that. You regular dads and myself, we're not millionaires, so we can't do that. We got to, you know what I mean, figure some things out. And the way your bank account is set up, right? The way my bank account is set up is I can't pay for everything till you're 25. You got to get the fuck out too and get it how you get it. But I understood why he said, you know, for for his daughters, give them a little more leeway. But this was the kicker. He said, you know, I don't want my daughters to be with nobody like me. Meaning, like when he was younger, obviously he just was speaking about, you know, how his marriage dissolved and he was cheating and doing the mostest. We know Superhead was talking about him in the book, and as soon as he came in the crib, he was giving up $10,000. Like, I'm gonna get you the couch, I'm gonna pay your rent, doing the most. And I guess when you got it, it ain't tricking when you got it. But it really is. It's just that you got it, so you never really, it don't really hurt your pockets like that. And I know what that's like too. When you got it, like, yeah, you buying drinks and y'all can get into, come on with us, you riding with us, because you feel like you got it. You feel like you wanna be generous. You know what I mean? But at least that part in the book, she was like, yeah, as soon as when he came in, before he even got any buns, 10,000. What's your account number? 10,000. I'm gonna be coming over here from time to time, booty clapping sounds and blowing your back out, and you know what I mean? And so he pretty much was saying he was a Doggington, like, you know what I mean? Trashington, sprinkle a little moist dessert, you know what I mean? So he was saying he don't want his daughters dealing with nobody like him, and I get it. You don't want your daughters dealing with somebody that's going to cheat on them, treat them bad, do wrong by them. I totally get that. But this is what he also said. He like, I want a man that they like and respect, but control. I said, oh shit, Janet Jackson, control. I said, what? I said, a whole man as big as he is, as big as his big ass is, you're going to tell your daughters to be with a man that you like and can respect, but can control? Oh, sipping ain't easy. It's not pimping ain't easy. It's sipping ain't easy. And I said, damn, what woman can respect a man that she can control? And I try to think hard, because I said, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the brightest apple in the bunch. I said, damn, a woman is going to respect a man that she can control? Or she going to use and abuse and step all over that nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, tap dance all over that ass? I said, that's horrible advice. That's number one. She might could find what these spaces call betas and simp vagina ass niggas. They might could find somebody like that, and they never really gonna need for nothing, because Big Daddy Shaq is always gonna have them, and he's a millionaire. So it's nothing to just, here go 3 million for you, 3 million for you, 1 million for you, like, and they good. Like, you know what I mean? Even though he wants them to finish college and be, you know, strong, independent women. How strong and independent you really going to be when your pop's a millionaire? And if anything ever happens, you can fall back, and there's nothing wrong with that. I wish my pops was a millionaire. I wish my mom's was a millionaire, so we could grow up differently. No hate. It's all good. He got it. He changed the generational curse. He got businesses and benches and all that. And salute the Shaq. Like I said, I fuck with him. He mad funny. But to tell your daughters to get with men that they can control, I don't know if they can find that. Maybe they will. I can get you saying don't be with people like how your daddy was. You see, your daddy made some mistakes, and that's why I'm not with your mama now, because I couldn't keep it home. But somebody that you can control, I think that's bad advice. I think that's horrible advice, and I think that's probably going to cause them some problems when they trying to find somebody. And then also when you got that safety net, it's like, yeah, no matter what, you know what I mean? If you can't level up on my level, it creates that strong boss, like, I don't need a nigga, I don't need a man, rather, and I could do it all by myself. And then you can get pregnant probably, and then, you know what I mean, not even really worry about the baby fall, because you sitting on a couple of M's, and granddaddy's going to make sure y'all good. Fellas, be mindful. This is the information that's out there now. This is what we seen. Then I started thinking, I said, damn, this is horrible information. So it made me look not only with the side eye, but then I said, when they be on TNT and he be with Candace Parker, he be with Dwayne Wade, I started saying, is this some backdoor office shit where they trying to spin the narrative and fuck the community up? You know, I be going a little conspiracy sometimes. So I be like, damn, why is somebody that's in a prominent position, that has influence, that has, you know, it could have power. Like we're speaking about O'Shea, and you got different channels. Why would you put that information out there to that? And then what message did that send to your sons? Like, hey, Dad, you wanted me to be, you know what I mean? He didn't tell his sons that, but I'm sure they hear the comments like, damn, you want our sisters to be with some niggas that they can control? So should I get with a woman that can control me, or should I be the man and lead from the front? I just don't get it. It's like, we know you made some bad choices yourself. Well, you should have learned by now. That's horrible. And then the thing is, I didn't watch the whole interview. I seen that clip. You know how it be. Interviews be 5 hours. You only watch 20 minutes of it. Ryan Clark was like, yeah, for my sons too, they're going to get out when they're 18. But when he said the daughter control, you could see them like kind of looking. But nobody said nothing. Like nobody challenged them. And even though you interviewing and you kicking it, you can disagree. Like, nah, Shaq, well, where they do that at? Where do men get with women that they can be controlled by? We call that manipulation. We call that, you know what I mean? Nigga touched my ass, or nigga said something crazy, and then yeah, a lot of black, oh, but you black. A lot of young black males and black niggas be real union. I just did a show on that. So go see the other video. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I thought Shaq, I thought his advice was horrible. I think Kendra G is super fed up. I think that MILF that's on TikTok talking about she was grooming young men to booty clapping sounds when they get older. You need to stop putting information like that out on the internet, on the World Wide Web, where we can get it and dissect it and chop it up. I think the baby, you need to really, somebody in your camp need to stop being yes men, especially if you got everybody scared. Niggas is really soft nowadays. You know what I mean? In your corner, tell you, yo, bro, you done dodged a few bullets, literally. You need to ease back. You in a great position. You positioning yourself and possibly your family for the next, you changing the curse. Don't get locked up and watch the, the fruits of your labor that's being manifest now go to shit. Because you caught up in arrogant and you caught up in the hype and you thinking you Pharaoh because you popped some niggas that, you know what I mean, jumped over your fence and won self-defense while you fighting some other guy. It ain't like you was out there about that life like a couple of people I know. And I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying be mindful of the energy you putting out there because it comes back around. Like, yeah, like comes back around. And then you'll be sitting there with the sad face, sticker face like, damn it, man. Shit got real. But you know what it is. It's your boy, Popovitz. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovitz TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.